Hey, it's the finally Friday edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. It's been an eventful week. We've had cold air with snow, and now we've got mild air and a little sunshine as well. I'm recording this at about 2:30 p.m. on this Friday, and as promised, we've had kind of a milky-looking sky today with a lot of high clouds around, kind of filtering out the sun. It hasn't been as pristine-looking as yesterday, but still, hey, a nice day. We've got temperatures at this hour about 2:30, getting into the lower 50s in northeast Ohio and into western Pennsylvania as well. No raindrops around right now. Let me take off the satellite. I'll take off the pressure analysis as well, make things a little easier to see. Do have some rain down in the deep south, down into parts of Alabama, southern Mississippi, heading into northern Florida. Showers extend up into parts of the lower Ohio Valley, but the rest of the country in relatively good shape. The next cold air mass waiting in the wings up here in northwestern Canada. This is going to plunge south and east as we head into early next week. But in the meantime, things will remain pretty quiet here tonight. For Saturday, big YSU game over at Stambaugh Stadium on Saturday at 2 p.m., taking on the #1 team in the country. And it should be great weather for football. It's going to be in the 50s, a little bit of a breeze, and most importantly, dry. If you still got some leftover leaves to take care of outside, maybe do the gutters, tomorrow's your day. No problems tomorrow. It is Sunday that we've got some problems coming our way. So let's focus on the upcoming weekend. We are under what the Storm Prediction Center dubs a slight risk. They categorize these things as slight risk, moderate risk, high risk. I'm not a big fan of using the word slight in these risks because it suggests that the risk is real low for severe weather. And while in any one spot the percentage of seeing damaging wind gusts might not be that high, sort of a deceiving term. So I like to use enhanced risk when we talk about these sorts of things. And the yellow shaded area is where that enhanced risk is for Sunday and Sunday night. This covers all of Ohio, most of western Pennsylvania as well, and all the way down into parts of the Mississippi Valley. This is the zone that we are likely to see a squall line gather strength and move east as we go deeper into Sunday. And one thing for sure, gusty winds are the main threat for us. This is a look at the expected wind speeds at about 7 p.m. or so on Sunday evening. Not here at the ground, but up a few thousand feet, up around maybe 4,000 feet. Where we get into some of these oranges and yellows, the corresponding guide over here says that those oranges and yellowish colors mean wind speeds are up in the 60 to 70 knot range, which could mean as high as 70 to 75 miles per hour or so. Again, not here on the ground, but up a few thousand feet. But when you get a nasty line of showers and thunderstorms, a lot of the wind that is upstairs in the atmosphere can be transferred down to the ground in those hard downpours. So that's going to be the threat. We're going to probably see a squall line of storms moving across the Buckeye State Sunday evening. And the threat will be that some of these winds that will be howling upstairs in the atmosphere will get transferred down and lead to some damage across the Mahoning and Shenango Valley. So, again, wind is going to be the main threat. And here's what the radar may look like as we go into Sunday. Here's Sunday morning at 7 a.m. There could be kind of a splotchy area of showers around parts of the region. We probably get into a fairly long break, though, for a lot of the midday and afternoon on Sunday. We're going to allow for spotty showers, but I don't think much will happen for a lot of the midday and afternoon on Sunday. And this is what the radar should look like, or, this is a reasonable guesstimate for 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Look at this mean-looking line of showers and thunderstorms. This looks like something we typically see in the spring. Again, this is just one computer model, but this model does kind of have the idea that many of the other models have as well. It's a similar idea on both timing and strength. So here's 4 p.m. on Sunday. Let me then fast forward to 7 p.m. on Sunday. And this is when the main line of storms will be right along I-71 or close to it. We're going to give or take an hour or two here. Again, these are estimates. We're not going to say this is verbatim exactly what the radar will look like at 7, but it'll be something like this. So, as we head past sunset, and especially towards probably 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock Sunday evening, we're going to be under the gun for this line of showers and storms to push through. So, again, 7 p.m. moving through central Ohio, and then probably a few hours after that for most of northeast Ohio and western PA, the main threat being wind gusts. But, there's also something that can't be ruled out here is spin-up tornadoes. We had this on Halloween night. We had a very similar situation to this. Now, of course, we didn't see any tornadoes here in northeast Ohio and western Pennsylvania, but in central Ohio, north central Ohio, and then down into southwest Ohio, we did have some weak tornadoes embedded in that line of storms that moved through, with damage as well. Now, these are not big, EF3 or EF4 tornadoes like you see a lot of times out in the plains in springtime. These tend to be more EF0, EF1, but we don't want to downplay that too much. They can still cause some damage with winds perhaps up to 100 miles per hour. That's a secondary threat. That's going to be the exception, not the rule. The rule is going to be damaging wind gusts in this line of storms, but an outside possibility of seeing some spin-up tornadoes as well. And all of this will transpire Sunday into Sunday night. Once we're done with the weekend, if you've got a big squall line, a big cold front coming through, that we've got a pretty dramatic change in the air mass coming. Here's the map for Monday morning. Now, the rain's gone by daybreak Monday, but the wind, and it will be a cold wind, will be howling, and we will reach our warmest temperature Monday in the wee hours of the morning. It's all downhill from there. Temperatures will drop all day. We'll end up in the 30s as we get into the afternoon and evening, and there could very well be some snowflakes seen in parts of northeast Ohio and northwestern Pennsylvania before the day is through, as the air mass starts to turn colder. Then, especially as we get into Monday night and Tuesday, not a big lake effect event at all, but there'll be some scattered snow showers and flurries that probably try to wind down by Tuesday afternoon. So that's something to keep in mind. We're going to be dealing with strong storms, and then 24 hours later, we could be seeing snowflakes in a few spots. Overall, next week looks quiet once we're done with the big changes coming our way Monday into Monday night. It's going to be cold for a few days. A modest warming trend likely towards the end of next week. But this pattern overall is not a real mild one. We held out hope early in the month that November would turn out to be a reasonably mild month, but the atmosphere's had different ideas. And this is a look at the expected temperatures as we roll out through the first day of December. Not a lot of warmth here once we're done with Monday morning. Then we go down below freezing or below average a little bit for a while next week. And then we kind of hang out around average or even below average all the way through the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So not a lot of warmth in this pattern. It's November. These sorts of things are bound to happen. That's weather for Weather Geeks on this Friday. Be sure and check out my forecast tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. And as the weather gets bumpy Sunday evening, you want to stay tuned both on our website and on our social media outlets. And if the weather gets really bad, and we've got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings flying around, you'll see Mike Joyce and myself on the TV side of things as well. So stay safe and have a great weekend.